what kind of ailments do they struggle with? They'll struggle with a lot of nervous system debility. They get burnout. You can imagine, the excess caloric when it burns out, they can find themselves just sleeping for hours and hours and hours, like really in a phlegmatic state. They're in a burnout state, right? Are they phlegmatics? No, they're cholerics. They're burnt out though, right? And they can be very cold, like shivering. It's like summertime and they're shivering. Why are you shivering? And they're very sensitive to cold. You'll see they hate the AC. Even in the summertime, they're somewhere hot. Maybe they don't like the heat, but they also don't like to be under the AC. Maybe like they'll be a little bit further away. They don't want the AC blowing on them. They're very sensitive to cold air. Unlike Pulsatilla, who is more of a phlegmatic sanguine, and she's engorged, a lot of blood, prone to flushing. She likes cold air. Cold air feels really good. A lot of Pulsatillas at nighttime, they kick out their feet under the blankets and they'll have a fan that just blows on their face. That's what they like. They like this cold air on my face, right? With Nux Vomica, no way. Don't put cold air anywhere on me. I don't like cold air. And they could actually get sick from it, right? And of course, in traditional medicine, cold is a pathogen. It's a pathogen. It's not just an element or an experience of wind. Cold is a pathogen, like in Chinese medicine, for example, but also in Unani Tib and most types of holistic medicines. They're prone to sneezing and sinus stuff in the morning, especially upon waking. They're prone to cramps. So it can be like muscle cramps anywhere in the body, very cramp based, cramping in the gut especially, but it can be also in the limbs. They're prone to constipation. They can sit on the toilet for a long time, and there's this ineffectual urging. They'll urge and they'll urge and they'll urge, and nothing comes out. That's a big problem for them because they're typically very stimulated. They're in a sympathetic nervous system state, right? Again, we don't want to just address the nervous system here. We want to address what's behind it, which is the Nux Vomica imbalance. But you'll find that these people are constantly in sympathetic overdrive. They don't know how to relax, right? And so their bowels are backed up and they're prone to hemorrhoids. Again, a lot of fire in them. They'll have this burning hemorrhoid pain. Whew, right? So that's all there. They tend to be insomniacs. They have really difficult time sleeping. They'll have any and all manner of challenge that comes from that, which is basically everything. If you're not sleeping properly and sleeping in accord with the natural rhythm, you are not going to be well. It's just really sorry to say, as simple as that. It's very difficult to be well when you're not sleeping. You can't heal when you're not sleeping. And I'm going to take the opportunity here to invite all of you to really focus on getting to bed. Even if it takes you 20 years, my dears, if it takes you 20 years to do this, it's taken me years, and I teach this for a living. I pretty much have a daily routine of recommending at least 5 people a day to fix their sleep for years, and it's taken me years to fix my stuff. I get it. If you can get to bed around 9, 10 o'clock, it will fix 80% of your problems. Promise. It's unbelievable what a good night's rest. You're waking up at Fajr with a full tank. Maybe you take a nap in the afternoon for a little bit. That's wonderful too. No problem. That's a sunnah. That's part of the fitrah that we do that. But just sleeping properly, wow. Like it is perhaps the greatest fitri alignment that we can do. Because the circadian rhythm is what governs the fitrah and the natural order out there. Everything is governed by the sleep-wake cycle. So if you can harmonize with that at least, even if your diet's a little bit off, you're not getting as many steps as you want, you're not reading Quran, you're not praying as like you want to, whatever, but you're fixing the natural rhythm, the human rhythm, honestly, everything else will fall into place. I'm not so concerned with everything else. Of course, I want you to be praying. But in terms of your other things, like everything will be falling into place. Just fix sleep. It's such a core determinant of health. And today we have totally lost how to sleep properly.